Hello there. Welcome to my online class. Nice to meet you. We will start to learn about land transport today. Land freight transport is movement of goods from one location to another on land, usually by rail or road. It can be by train or by truck. In air and sea shipments, land transport is required to take the cargo from its place of origin to the airport or seaport, and then to its destination. Because it is not always possible to establish a production facility near ports due to limited coastlines of countries. In this part, we will focus on advantages and disadvantages, and the operation of rail freight transport, and CRM rules. Rail freight transport is the use of railroads to transport cargo. A freight train or goods train is a group of freight cars, USA, or goods wagons, UIC, hauled by one or more locomotives on a railway, transporting cargo all or part of the way between the shipper and the intended destination as part of a logistics chain. Trains may haul bulk material, intermodal containers, general freight, or specialized freight in purpose-designed cars. When considered in terms of ton miles or ton kilometers hauled per unit of energy consumed, rail transport can be more efficient than road transport. However, shipment by rail is not as flexible as by highway, which has resulted in much freight being hauled by truck, even over long distances. Moving goods by rail often involves transshipment costs, particularly when the shipper or receiver lack direct rail access. Freight railroads' relationship with other modes of transportation varies widely. There is almost no interaction with air freight, close cooperation with ocean-going freight, and a mostly competitive relationship with long-distance trucking and barge transport. Many businesses ship their products by rail if they are shipping long distance, because it can be cheaper to ship in large quantities by rail than by truck. However, barge shipping remains a viable competitor, while water transport is available. So what are advantages and disadvantages of rail transport? Advantages are faster delivery, capacity, cost-effective, safe mode of transport, reliable. Disadvantages are subject to unforeseen delays, reliance on rail freight operators' timetable. Supplies or customers are not always located near a rail freight depot, and delivery to from the depot can be costly and time-consuming. Then, how does the rail transport operate? Traditionally, large shippers build factories and warehouses near rail lines and have a section of track on their property called a siding while goods are loaded onto or unloaded from rail cars. Other shippers have their goods hauled by wagon or truck to or from a goods station, freight station. Small locomotives transfer the rail cars from the sidings and goods stations to a classification yard, where each car is coupled to one of several long-distance trains being assembled there, depending on that car's destination. Rail freight uses many types of goods wagon, USA, or freight car, USA. These include box cars, USA, or covered wagons, USA, for general merchandise, flat cars, USA, or flat wagons, USA, for heavy or bulky loads, wheel wagons or loader wagons for transporting road vehicles. There are refrigerator vans for transporting food, simple types of open-topped wagons for transporting bulk material, such as minerals and coal and tankers for transporting liquids and gases. Most coal and aggregates are moved in hopper wagons or gondola USA or open wagons that can be filled and discharged rapidly to enable efficient handling of the materials. Then CIM rules. CIM rules 1999 Uniform Rules concerning the contract of international carriage of goods by rail, CIM, apply to a contract of carriage by rail if the place of taking in charge of goods and the designated place of the delivery are situated in two different states, of which at least one is a party to CIM Convention, and the parties to the contract agree that the contract is subject to CIM rules. CIM rules would also apply to an international carriage that includes carriage by road or inland waterway or by sea as a supplement to trans-frontier carriage by rail, if the respective carriage is performed in addition to carriage by rail subject to a single contract of carriage. For international rail transport, the rail waybill or the CIM consignment note is often used. Finally, please try some practice. See you.